Hey y'all, it's your girl Millie. We're back with another video. And before you come for me, please don't. I don't feel good. I have strep throat. Okay, we gotta hold this mic like this. If y'all hear clacking, I have all these tongue rings in my mouth. I can't really say that I know what to tell you. If you can't stand the clacking, get out the macking. All right. Hey y'all, I'm Milliondo. For those that are new, I go by Millie. I try to push these videos out every time I finish a new class at Full Sail University, where I attend online full-time for graphic design to obtain my bachelor's degree. Because when I was searching for more information on graphic design upon starting school here, there were never any good videos that actually helped and gave me information. So I want to be one of the reasons that changes. We had month 20 and month 21. We had project and portfolio 4, and we had interactive media design and usability online. Because life is life, and because I told y'all in the past video, life was lifing for me. I had to move. I was working like a crackhead, as I still am. Life had me beat down, butt naked, dragging me on concrete by my ankles on the road. I am still holding on by a piece of thong string, like the thinnest of thong string that you could pop. You see this string? Invisible, right? That's what I'm holding on by. Hopping into the video again, I don't remember if I even told y'all exactly what my finishing grades were for 20 and 21. So project and portfolio 4, we got an 88.6. In interactive media design and usability, we passed with a 90.1. When I uploaded that past video, we were just finishing out, I think, the first week of the next class. That next class was hell. We had interactive editorial design. I am 18,000% sure that I gave y'all like a preview and a little intro to what was written, to what that class was. We passed the class with an 86.64. Week 1, we passed with a 98.2. We had an overview, introduction to editorial design. We had the editorial design print, a couple type grids, interactive editorial design quiz, and then we had to make a magazine layout. This class just pissed me off. For some reason it's not letting me open it. I don't know why. So here was my magazine, 2-page. Embracing the outdoors was kind of what I had to do. This was 1 page, and for my 2nd page, it was all basically just about traveling. For this, I passed with 70, because she was like, yeah, girl, you gonna have to fix a couple of your swoopties. And I was like, girl, I ain't trying to fix no swoopties. It's okay. I'm not trying to fix nothing, Miss Ma'am, but thank you. A 70 is passing. And if y'all know me, y'all know. Honestly, when it comes to classes like this, let me pause. If I feel like in graphic design, if anybody ever needed a magazine, I promise you I'm pointing you to one of my friends. I'm not doing any type of magazines. I'm not building websites. Baby, when I tell y'all I just had a coding class, coding, HTML, CSS, we're not even gonna get into that. Transition to digital, web, tablet, and mobile design. We had an overview. We had to make a Figma account, which is kind of like Canva in a way. We had another reading assignment. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 reading assignments. We had a discussion board post, and then we had a Figma activity. Week 3, we passed with a 100. Week 4, you're putting everything that you just learned all together, and baby, she wanted so much from me. I don't want to give it. I'm not going to be here making magazines. And again, I'm one of those folks that when I'm going through stuff, like real life stuff, I'm not breaking my back to do anything. And I know that's a bad way to put it. The first time I submitted this, it didn't go through, so I submitted it again, but it was after 12. So here we are building the mediums. You had to do a table of contents, so on and so forth. My magazine I chose was The Outside. You had to provide the trim, bleed, and the live measurements of the page, target audience with usages of the photos that you used. You had to do cover design examples. This was my multi-grid layouts. You had to point out like what was a folio, what was a caption, what was a pull quote, so on and so forth. You had to make sketches of the wireframe or of your wireframe. You had to do a digital wireframe. You had to use the photos or include photos, and you see I have like darkened photos over the ones that I actually used for my assignment because you had to point them out. Your type treatment. This was the article that you had to take to use. It was made by ChatGPT, just about outdoor traveling and stuff like that. This was page 1, so if you go back to my first page compared to this one, it is definitely different. This was my second page, definitely different from where we came from the first time, but I thought it came out very well. Then we just had a written analysis. Then in part 2, you had to go in and do the web editorial design, the web editorial type treatment for mobile layouts, and it was really cool how, you know, you took this is how it looked when you created it, and then you would put your edit into like the phone and you could actually scroll down and use it. I thought that was very cool. This was the web layout for the computer, so I just had to go and put everything, like you had to put the social media tags, you had to include like some type of, what do you call these? Some type of advertisement, a working link into it. Like, it was pretty dope. And then you also had to do the same thing for the tablet, and then you had to do a reflection of everything. So that would be month 22. Overall, we ended up passing interactive editorial design with a 86.64. You could not tell me not a damn thing, because guess what? We passed. Month 23, we have 2 classes. We have physical science and we had graphic web design. Me thinking graphic web design, like, I got that shit in the bag. Like, I could design some web design. Joke's on me because I opened that shit up and it said we were coding, baby. Listen, coding? We're coding? That is wicked. All right, don't come to me asking me to code not a goddamn thing for you, because I promise you I won't. It was fun, like my last week when I knew I kind of understood, but we'll get more into that later. Now, these classes are not fully accounted for, but they're still active classes because we're on spring break and they haven't ended yet. In my next class that I start on Monday, after that class is done, I'll give y'all like a, I guess like a finishing grade or whatever for physical science and graphic design or web design. So starting off with this physical science class, being that all of my grades are now, all of them are now graded, I passed with a 90.52. When I tell you that this class will be up and down, up and down. We're gonna get into it real fast. There's literally no point in me showing you guys kind of what happened, because a lot of it was like click this website link and go do the lab, and here after you do the lab, here's a test for the lab. Like, there was never really anything more than that. Starting in week 1, I missed all 4 assignments. Why? Because I didn't know that they were weighted assignments. Teacher instructor, I got a 0 on that. It was fine. I wasn't busting it up. Like, I don't care. But professionalism, like, get started thing. We had a syllabus. We had a syllabus lecture quiz. Any other time, complete. I don't know what I was doing on Wednesday, March 5th, but I missed them all. Getting into week 1, we had a resource a thing to complete. We had a scientific exploration. We had a knowledge check. We had a science in action, which is the lab. And then we had a diagram we had to do. So with this diagram, let me see what we learned about, because each week had a different diagram. and it was the same thing. This same initial criteria is what we had for all 3 weeks. For this one, find a picture from a media source, movies, TVs, comics, video games that contain at least 2 different moving objects. One is projectile launched in the air, and the other one is on the ground. You had to place the picture in a diagram template, which was in Keynote, and then they had circles where you would say like what was projected, what wasn't, which object is projected. That was week 1, passed with a 97.5. Week 2, we passed with a 90. Resources, scientific inquiry, knowledge check, science in action. We had a diagram. For this diagram, we learned about floating objects in a tub of water. Same thing with the diagram. What items floating? What way is gravity pushing it? Up, down, arrow. Same thing. We passed that week 2 with a 90. Going down to week 3 is where shit got shaky. We passed week 3 with an 89.25. Resource, exploration, knowledge check, science in action, which is science in action. When I say that, it means a quiz. We had a diagram. This diagram was producing sound waves, so reflection, refraction, item, or object, body of water. Same thing. Again, we passed week 3 with a 89.25. Going into week 4, baby, I didn't think I was gonna do good in this one because at this point you want way too much from me, baby. Resource, scientific inquiry, knowledge checks, science in action test. Then we had a diagram. So same thing, find a media source, movies, TVs, comic, video games, etc. that takes place in outer space. Now you had to show the reflection of it. You had to show like a dark matter in it. But you want to know how hard it is to find something. Like you had to find something spinning in space and different objects around it. Baby, I use the world and the satellite because at the end of the day, that's all I could find. I'm not gonna break my back. So week 4, we passed with a 91.96. That's how science was for this coding class. Oh my. I don't even want to relive. I truly do not even want to relive this class. This class was bonkers, baby. This class was bonkers. I am not meant to code. First thing, week 1, part A, policies and procedures. Got it, win it, won it. Passed with a 100. The 100, we had an intro video. We had to download Dreamweaver, which is like the coding program. We had a code reference, lesson intro to HTML, tags that we had to learn, links and navigations, creating valid codes, demo page and validation, a single page assignment, and then a multi-page with navigation. 10 assignments. And the thing about this class, which I didn't like, but I kind of liked it because it felt like I was there in person, like I was hands-on, is you followed along to a video to help you like learn these things. So I can't, that's like my favorite part of the class, if I'm being completely honest, is that we had videos that we could kind of walk through and we could do it with. This was my code for my cookies. Literally wrote it all in code, and this is how it came out on its own little individual page on the internet. And then we had our next assignment was for week 2, was making like the about page and making the home page. And if I may say right now, it's not the prettiest. It wasn't supposed to be the prettiest. He just wanted to see that we knew how to change the photo. Change the background of it. Here is my about page. Everything actually works. I have working links here at the bottom, working links here at the top. And if I go to my home page, you will see my home page that I created right here. Heading into week 3, we worked more on the home page. But we had like new photos. Now this is, the first one was the striped umbrella assignment. Now we had to make our own. So this one was called Vapid. The striped umbrella reservations. These three things, boom, boom, and boom, are always going to be there. So this was my page. You see, I would take out a code, and now my header and this and my main picture is off centered. And no matter what I'll do, I'll change up my code, it will move that way. But now I only see that much of my photo. So the right side of my hand, that's all I saw was this. So it was very difficult for the kid. And that was basically week 3. Class literally whipped me all up and down the concrete floor. But I will say that once I asked for that feedback at the end of week 3, I started to understand it a lot more, because a lot of the things that I had done, it didn't take much to fix it, or I was fixing the wrong thing. So that was pretty much it. Now I want y'all to remember that page I just showed you, because that's part 1 of your final page. The next thing you had to do was pick a new color scheme for your final, design the page more, add a dark mode, create a basic style guide, and make sure that the accessibility standards were all met. So here is my final assignment. Again, all working links. You see I finally got my header and my photo lined up and so on. Just changed up some colors, added social medias, got my copyright in the right spots. And this was just kind of like my whole assignment. If I come over here and get out of live mode and go to the code, this is literally everything that I created. And that was basically my past 2 classes. That was month 23, graphic design and science. I'm gonna say that my next class may be, I'll just say media and integration online I'll have next, because I see this professor's photo here. The media integration course focuses on an implementation of engaging and interactive content for web-based design. They're about to have me coding again. Students will learn how to integrate this content by utilizing various industry standard programming languages and authoring tools. These folks about to have me coding again. Students will study how to troubleshoot. Can't even talk right, I'm mad. Students will study how to troubleshoot and employ a variety of programming languages. They will build upon many concepts learned in the previous web courses in order to add interactivity and rich media into their web designs. It looks like I'm gonna be coding again. So I pray and I hope to God that I only have this 1 class, but I appreciate y'all. If y'all have any questions, y'all already know where to leave them. I will see y'all in the end of April. Sorry it took so long. Life be lifing. Classes don't be finishing on time, and final assignments don't be graded on time. But at the end of the day, the day's gotta end. I will see y'all next month.